everybody, welcome back. For this video we won't be doing a usual speed build, but I'll be showing you a renovation. So this is the Umbrage, or however you say it, Manor in Willow Creek. It's right across the vampire or gothic house. Yeah, it's not really a vampire house, but you know, the gothic house in Willow Creek. And across that you have nothing, and then next to that you have this. And as you can see, at first it looks a bit like the usual old Willow Creek mansions, so not that interesting. Even now, when they've kind of tried to renovate everything, they still haven't added that much, I think. Not many new furniture inside, not many new things outside, so yeah. I'm sorry. But my plan was to make this manor still the same style, but I wanted it to look a bit more modern, and also, yeah, I just wanted to put more things outside, for example, because now it's really empty, and I don't know, I feel like your Sims should be able to live here, and the Umbrage Manor at first is not really a place that I would choose for my Sims to live in. So I wanted to make it look prettier. I also want to give it a more fancy look, I think. So as you can see, the first thing I realized is that I wanted to make everything black. So everything which was now white or blue, I wanted to change to black. As you can see, I also changed the walls. So I gave them the bricks. I think it's from the university pack. When I made everything black, I realized that the fences should probably also be black, but I'll do that later, you'll see. Then everything which was blue, as I said, should also be black. Then I doubted a little whether I should combine black with something else, but in the end I still chose black. This was just a test to see, but as you can see, that would have been a bit strange. So I changed everything to the black version again. Then this was also important. You had a little fence on the roof, but since it was blue, it had to be changed because the whole blue theme was gone. It's not that the blue theme was that bad, but it makes more sense if you have a blue theme to combine it with, I don't know, brown or something, just something that's not white. That looked a bit boring. Okay, so then I chose black fences, stayed in the black theme, and they also had to be black. What I really like in the end is that you have a kind of black and brown or black and gold theme, which looks cool. Now I tried out these fences, but I was like, no, they're too brown because you have black and gold and then you have black and brown. So I just make them black and gold eventually. And once you do a renovation, it's kind of, you realize that it's kind of easy because you already have the structure and everything. You just have to change a bit of color and a bit of details and you can have a totally different looking house. Okay, so this I also really like that I chose a brown floor because it matches the black and gold. Then you have black and brown, goldish. Then I was thinking maybe I should do that with the walls too, but that didn't make sense. So I kept the walls the same. And this was also a little test, but I just kept it black and white. And I also have to change the stairs, don't forget that. And I realized these stairs were still blue, so I chose black ones, and then I made the ones in the front also black. Which, when you look at it, you immediately see it looks way more modern when you make those stairs black. Which is also what I'll do with the fences. I'll make them the outer fences, I'll make them black instead of white, and they look way more modern immediately. And first I placed this tree. And then I realized the colors in the garden weren't correct yet. Also, that red barbecue thing is so, I don't know, I made it black. It looked so old and weird. Really old Willow Creek. Beginning of Sims 4 house or something like that. It looked really dirty. So I changed it. This I kept the same because the brown matches the brown floor. And then I wanted to fill up this space, but I couldn't really find a good fountain, so then I thought maybe I could do something else. Oh yes, this is when I changed the fences, so I made them black, and as I said, it looks more modern, it looks way better. Also, I changed a little bit about the inside, but I won't change everything. Most important is that I change the floors and the walls, because that's the biggest part of it. You can still decorate it how you like, actually. Okay, so this one I really liked. You'll see how it turns out in the end. I want to have little parts in the garden where they could sit, but it had to look a bit more fancy. So as you see, I've already placed a statue from Romantic Gardens back. And then I wanted a fountain and some benches. These benches looked a bit too big, so I've changed them, switched them for other ones. And I also had to decide where the fountain had to go because I don't know, it couldn't really stand in the middle, but I also didn't want it to take up too much space. I chose black benches because that's the theme. Okay, so then I kept it this way. So as you can see now, there's a lot more to do in the garden, and then I added a fountain, like a big fountain with water jets. So when you see the back now, when you see the garden, you realize that it looks way more decorated than it used to, because as I said, one of the problems with this build was that nothing was going on. It was completely empty. So that's one thing that made it better. Then I had to add some more bushes like that in the front. The easy thing about those bushes is that you can use them as a fence and you can place them wherever you want, because fences a lot of the time are too big to place at the end of a lot, but with those bushes you can do whatever you want. Okay, then I realized that it had to look a bit more symmetrical. It's not entirely symmetrical, but I wanted it to look better than this. And when you have the Romantic Garden pack, it's easy to fill up a garden of an old house like this. And then you always have to make sure that mailbox is somewhere, because without a mailbox it'll just appear randomly out of nowhere in your house. So you wouldn't want that. Then just the same as in the back of the garden, I used these lilies. And then this was also something nice. I wanted to place statues and their colors match the colors of the plants that were already there, of all the flowers, and also the brown of the floor matches the color of the statue. Okay, so then the front was also done, so now we'll take a look inside. This is what it looked like. Not all that bad, I must say, but the wallpaper was sometimes a bit strange. and I wanted to make the kitchen look more modern, so I also made that black. I'm not saying everything looks more modern when it's made black, but in this case it really worked. Then I realized the floor should be blue again, so that fitted. Then the floor was too dark, so I made that lighter, and I changed these wallpapers again, and I changed those closets or whatever because they looked really dark. So this is already way better than what it was before. The dining room I already liked, so I kept it that way. Especially with that floor now, it's better. Yeah, then I added some more lights because they weren't everywhere. Changed the bathroom to the same look. What I also found very weird is that this kids' room was totally different from the rest of the room. Yeah, that fitted more with the black. So I deleted everything here because everything is in an old style, and then you had this modern kids room that was really weird to me. So I changed it up a little. I changed it to this. So I remembered some of the items that were there, and I added their, their older version to the room. Which comes in handy actually, because then you can use this one as an adult single person room or as a kids room. Because with a balcony, I think it would also make sense if that was just an adult person's room. I don't know. Okay, that room I really liked. That room was like already matching, and the bathroom was also the same, so that was finished. Okay, so this is the outside look of the house. The door glitched a bit. So that's the outside look of the house with the garden, and then you have the front, the back, the inside look, upstairs, downstairs, and that's it. So yeah, thank you for watching this, and I'll see you back next time for the next build.